So hello friends, welcome to Startup Manch, and today we are at Bangalore Tech Summit 2024 conducted by Government of Karnataka, and today we have a special guest all the way from the Germany. He is a Philips and is heading the startup division in GTAI. So welcome to Startup Manch.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We are pleasure to have you here. And so how you are enjoying the atmosphere in the Bangalore?
I'm enjoying the atmosphere very much. So, yeah, as you said, I'm Philipp Körver from Germany Trade and Invest,
Yes.
GTAI.
Okay.
And we brought 8 hub managers, startup managers here with
All the
us
way
to
from
Bengaluru.
there. Okay.
And it's amazing. The atmosphere is great. So many startups, and we spoke to so many people here,
Yeah.
so many interesting founders, ecosystem managers, and basically everyday people. And it's really amazing. I like the atmosphere. It's vibrant.
Okay.
And very many very interesting people here so far.
So how you like the climate overall? How many people approached you and they talked about startups and all? How do you feeling like
Actually,
being at Bangalore Tech Summit?
it's very good.
Yeah.
Actually, I couldn't tell how many
Okay.
talks I had. I lost count, and I already have a sore throat because
Okay.
I had so many talks, and I think my pocket is full with business cards.
Okay.
So it's really an amazing event, and we anticipated that it would be great.
Okay.
But we didn't anticipate that there were so many people who wanted to talk to us and about Germany.
So you are coming first time in India?
Yes.
And attending the summit?
Yes, we are. And I have to say that I was quite impressed. It was my first time in India as well.
Okay.
And so what really impressed me was wherever you look, there's a new bridge being built, or a new
Okay.
tunnel being built,
Okay.
or a new skyscraper being built.
Yes.
So India is a young nation full of innovation and
Yes.
really wants to get its place in the world and to grow and to develop. And this is really a great spirit, not only in Bengaluru, but especially in Bengaluru.
Yeah.
I really like being in India.
So Bangalore is also called as Silicon Valley, as you
Exactly.
know. And as you you told about the talent. So currently, if you see in India, we have 65% of the people who has age between 20 to 35. So yeah, it's a good, and we have a passion, we have energy, and like myself also, we have started startups,
Yes.
and we are looking forward to help startups and community as well. So I just wanted to understand your GTAI, like what are the collaboration you are doing and how you are helping to the startup ecosystem. Can you tell me brief about
Yes.
in the Germany how the startup culture is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe I give you two answers.
Yeah, yeah, it's
The
good.
first answer is about the startup culture,
Okay.
and the second is how we help them. So in Germany, we have many startups. I think roughly 60,000 startups in total.
60,000, sir.
And
Okay.
they tend to focus on the industries which there already are in Germany, which means Germany has many
Okay.
corporates, the car manufacturers, probably the chemical sector.
Okay.
So there, in those sectors where there are, let's say, established companies, there are many startups, and
Okay.
they tend to closely work together with the corporates. And to answer your second question, what do we do to help startups?
Yeah.
So the Federal Ministry for Economic Affairs and Climate Action in 2017, they set up a network of hubs, digital hubs, if you want.
Okay.
A hub is always a physical location
Okay.
where startups and established companies of their respective industry sectors sit and work together.
Okay.
For instance, in fintech, there are banks and fintechs working in the fintech hub.
Okay.
Or in logistics, logistic companies and logistic startups working in the fintech hub, and they get several services to help them grow and thrive.
Okay, so you said it like you have hubs in Germany. So it is like how hubs is working. Like you have established hubs, which is given like collaborated with the government, or it is a private held. And GTI, can you tell me about GTI? Like it is a private led organization or a government led organization?
So GTI is a government-led organization,
Okay.
and we are basically responsible for making the hub structure, which I just introduced, international. So
Okay.
I actually sometimes say I have the best job in the public service in Germany because I get to take promising startups, tech companies to tech fairs all around the world. So
Okay.
And the other way around. So I speak a lot to companies from
Hey.
India, from Korea,
Okay.
from all around the world who want to enter Germany, and they ask me, Philip, we don't know anybody. We have no connections.
Okay.
We have no customers.
Ah.
We don't speak the language. What can I do?
Uh-huh.
And then again, I can tell them, you will find help in those digital hubs because you will get immediate connections to your customers.
Okay.
You will get help with applying for grants.
Okay.
You will even get help when setting up shop in Germany. So we can help both ways, helping German startups go international and helping foreign startups come into Germany.
Okay, so in these hubs, you will be getting all the kind of startups, and there will be a particular one hubs is focusing on the like as you said, fintech, and there will be other parts. Okay, but
Exactly.
how do you guys are collaborating with the international, like for example, India? So do you Indian startups also participating in your hubs or how?
Yeah, it's growing. So this is basically one of my key KPIs.
Okay.
When making this international, we have to speak a lot to international partners, right? Because what we do in Germany, there is a counterpart in India, there is a counterpart in Sweden,
Correct.
there is a counterpart in Brazil, right? And all those organizations, we are increasingly more in contact with them,
Okay.
and we think, what can we do together? Can we? I mean, it can be very simple. We could sit together on a panel
Yeah,
in an
right.
international stage. But also we could think, can we develop a program? Can we, maybe
Yeah.
an exchange program for startups?
Yeah, great. To help them startups to grow, right?
Exactly.
In
So
there.
we really mean it when we say we want the German startup ecosystem to be more international. This can be done obviously by the startups themselves, also in the hubs, but also we on this, let's say, federal governmental level, if you
Right,
like,
right.
we speak to our counterparts because in the end, and this is probably the best part of my job, we all want the same.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
all want the same. And anyway, who I speak to, it's amazing that the problems and the ideas and the interests are pretty similar actually all around the world.
Okay. If I wanted to understand the funding part and investment part in the Germany, how the system works there. Like here, if you see, we have a government, we have VCs, we have
Yes.
angel investors, all kind of investors we have here, and there are established. It's like it's a good, ecosystem is there for the investment part.
Yes.
And in Germany, how is the system works? Can you give me some investment point for it? Suppose if any person is having idea and you guys are discussing them, did they get funding from the government itself or private sectors also helps in Germany?
Yeah. I would say the three pillars which you just mentioned, we have them in Germany as well,
Yeah.
obviously. Private, public, and angel, which is kind of private too.
Okay.
Let's say the private VC sector in Germany is underdeveloped.
Okay.
So
Private sector is underdeveloped. Right?
yes, this is why, let's say, if German startups, if they grow beyond a certain point,
Okay.
they would usually look towards the US, where,
Okay, yeah.
where more money is.
Yeah,
right?
more money, infrastructures, and all kind of
Exactly.
uh,
So this is
innovation.
actually something the federal ministry or the federal government,
Has to
they 2 years ago they introduced a so-called startup strategy.
Startup
And-
strategy.
Yes.
Okay.
And let's say increasing, or let's say a better approach, a better
Better
more
way
money
to-
pretty much. Let's just say
To help the
helping
startups.
startups to get private money better. So they set up various funds.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to get into too much into detail,
Yes,
but
it's
let's say,
okay.
just say the federal government they address this. They want to help, let's say, increase the private money which can be invested in
Okay.
Germany.
Okay.
And then second, there's public money. There are various government programs. There are grants,
Grants is there,
which
okay.
you don't have to pay back, which is quite handy for startups.
Yeah, yeah.
There are credits, public credits at very fair rates. So again, this is pretty detailed and quite fragmented.
Yeah.
But there's, I would say, the three columns which you just mentioned, we have them as well.
Okay. So it's great that you guys are helping to this startup as well, and you are collaborating with all the internationals like Sweden, as you told, India and other Australia. I would like to know more about your which startups do you prefer in the Germany? Like obviously, if you India, if you see AI and tech is boosting, and we are getting most of the investment from outside also, and
Yes.
India also investor would like to invest in this AI startups and tech startup. Is there any particular sector you are investing in Germany or focusing?
Let's say by my profession, I cannot say that I have a
Okay.
favorite because
No,
I know.
the
there's
government
obviously-
initiatives. like building Germany kind of stuff is there.
So I give you two answers. As I said,
Okay.
my
Otherwise
first
you
answer
give
is
two
I don't
answers.
have a favorite because I have to.
Okay.
I get to promote the
Okay.
whole ecosystem in Germany. However, there are obviously some sectors which perform better than
Yeah,
others,
obviously.
right?
And
And
it depend demographic also, like what culture is you are developing in Germany. So that's also depends, right?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
I would say sectors which are comparatively easy is, let's say, everything to do with automotive,
Okay.
manufacturing,
Okay.
IoT. So really hard, hard stuff, hardware stuff, also software. But
Software.
and health is doing incredibly well as well. So
Okay.
if I would have to choose, and I don't,
No, no.
I would say
You
I would-
can say that like these are the sector we are investing and we are focusing. As a because every country will have some strong point in trade. If you see, every country has some own trade and
Exactly.
to exchange with the other country and own building strength. So it's depend on that how you are going. Like if you see India, we have a talent.
yes.
And if you won't believe, India is the like in the world. If you see, we are sending our talent to all the foreign countries. Our most of the FDI, like foreign exchanges, comes from the talent. So we are the in the export. We are
Yes.
the talent export in number one talent export in all over the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
that-
yeah.
and that's a very good thing.
Yes.
So one thing I learned in India, the Indian people are India is both young
Yes.
and hungry,
Hungry,
wanting to do more.
passionate.
And I sometimes have the feeling that Germany is a bit older and a bit more saturated.
It's
And
not older.
if we could use one thing, it's
Sorry.
it's young people who want to do, young passionate people. So
Yes.
my personal view, the more Indians come to Germany,
Yes.
the better. So please consider Germany.
Yeah,
come to
really.
Germany. If you're a founder or not, I think we really embrace Indian talent.
And I would like to tell my audience, like India and Germany, we have a 12th largest trade exchange between India and Germany in the world. So we are not just sending talent. We are exchanging businesses. We are working on the different initiative like startup initiative to help each other. And that is the great. That is what we are here today, right?
Exactly.
And we are looking forward for you to come again in India. And I think it was a great and nice talking to you. We would like to advise to our anything to our Indian founders, or based on your something like whatever you learn in the Germany, and you could advise us or founders anything. So it will be a great to
Yeah, of course.
listen to you.
Maybe first to you, thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you too.
Thank you, Philipp.
So, and I can tell you, this was not our last time in India.
Yeah,
It was our first
obviously.
time, but not our last time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really overwhelming in a very positive sense.
Yes.
And I think that there's quite some untapped potential for,
Yes.
for us as a German government agency.
Yeah.
And to all of you, as said, as I said, if you consider visiting Germany, if you consider maybe founding a startup and coming into Germany,
Yeah.
if you're interested in Germany in any way, economic-wise, feel free to reach out to us,
Yes.
to connect with the German startup ecosystem, get to know Startup Germany, the Digital Hub Initiative. My name is Philipp Körver, and if you are interested in the German startup ecosystem, please feel free to reach out to me via LinkedIn or in any channel you like.
Yeah, so we can share your LinkedIn on
Absolutely.
the post, and so it was really nice meeting you,
Likewise.
Phillips.
Quite a
And thank
pleasure.
you so much for
Thank you.
talking, and wish you all the best for you and for me as well.
Thank you. The
And
same for
thank
you.
thank you so much for
Perfect. Thank you.
talking. Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you.
It really was.